everybody, my name is Rin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a special royal treat for ourselves. We will be opening the glittery jewelry box of fantasy feminism with another webtoon that has been very requested on this channel, the Princess's Jewels. I have good faith today because we have a princess in a patriarchal empire who wants to be the empress. And instead of being the meek goody two shoes that we've been conditioned to expect, that waits for the fucking North Duke to save her, she instead decided to follow her passions. And her greatest passion is apparently hot men, which she will be collecting in her retinue for politics. We got a little reversed harem going on today. I'm really hoping that this story is gonna be very self-aware, very stupid but fun, very camp, if you will, with an accent on self-awareness, because listen, I support women's rights and wrongs. But if a woman is wronging, I'ma need a story to know that she's wronging. Please, don't let her commit Pokemon trainer behavior on actual human men and then have the whole cast clap. The main female lead that we're gonna be following throughout this comic is called Ariana. She is the firstborn princess of the emperor, and she is by all means more capable than her brothers, but she is a woman. However, she's beautiful, however, she is beautiful, favored by her father, desired by every man, feared by her enemies, politically ambitious. So she should be alright. The first chapter opens on a little ball. We get a little bit of a glimpse into the future. The very first sentence of the comic is, "Oh look, it's Princess Ariana. She's beautiful as always. I've heard that princes from the neighboring countries are constantly vying to win her heart. And not only that, but the men surrounding her are also amazingly beautiful." She's gonna be collecting all of these men. The designs are a little bit dissonant, but I kind of expect this from these webtoons. It kind of happens. They try to pick inspiration from a lot of different cultures, from a lot of different time frames. This guy looks kind of Edwardian, Victoria-ish. Then you got this guy serving Bangladesh realness, but with this Western cordage thing here. You got fucking Joseon era Korean guy. We have a fucking CEO here. Guys, we really gotta be doing better with the fucking black representation. Why is it a white dude that's black? The same face syndrome is hard with this one. But yeah, we get a little bit of a glimpse. I don't much care for it. It kind of ruins it for me, especially when it's something that doesn't hook you. It's just telling me, everything is gonna turn out good for her. Not much of an intrigue here. If this was a moment that captures her in a pinch, I'd be like, oh wow, I wanna see how she gets in that pinch. Now, I just know that everything is gonna turn out well for her. Look at this shit. We go past this little window into the future. Ariana comes through to meet her father. She's like, "I offer my congratulations. I heard that the royal army recently won a great battle in the ongoing war. You have more citizens to look after now, father." And the great emperor is just melting for his daughter. She's got great influence over him. But she is not without any peril. She's got her younger brother, heir to the throne, that seems to be very jealous of her. His name is Bavilo. Bavilo, the first prince of the great emperor of Arbezella, I'm thrilled with your great victory. But his father does not seem to like him at all. Does not give him even a modicum of attention. And now this dynamic that they have going on is pretty cute, I think. Usually these comics tend to be very stacked against the heroine, and she tends to really have to bend over backwards to really make everybody understand that she is the shit. But it seems like this one, she's gonna start out with a silver spoon in her hand. Just like the reverse harem, we have the reverse underdog. She's the up dog. The poor brother is like, he's not even looking at me. So he even offers his life to his father. He's like, "Please allow me to accompany in the next battle. I, Bavilo, will bring you the enemy's leader head." But apparently he's not very good with his sword. The father has learned. But Ariana, she only has to say, if only I could. And the father is like, I know you would. I understand why your brother would be angry with her, honestly. If my parents did this, I'd turn villainous too, I think. There's also two other younger brothers, one of which is ginger and very meek, and the other is just out there to have a little bit of a laugh. And the premise is being set up that it looks like Ariana is the emperor's favorite, but she's just a princess. No matter how superior she is, as long as she's a woman, she'll never become the empress. At best, she'll become a wife to the prince of a neighboring country. Come to think of it, isn't she already betrothed? And he isn't even a royal, right? Ha 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 ha. She clocks that immediately. She's got that sixth sense of fearing people talk shit about her. Silly fools. Guys, she's so relatable. She thinks it's such a pain dealing with those pompous court officials. The only thing that gives me solace are these beautiful men. She's just a fangirl. Sigh, so handsome, how charming and cool. Nothing beats good looks. If I were to become empress, it would be legal for me to take a second husband. It might be greedy, but I'd like to become an empress for that alone. Guys, we don't need politics and court intrigue. I think we all actually need some otome in our lives. She thinks, fuck, they will never let me have that though. So in order to do what I gotta do, I'll have to strip the power away from my brothers and the nobles who don't want an empress on the throne. Of course, this is all for the sake of my harem, but also for Arbezella, and last but not least, for myself. But for now, it's eye candy time. Let's see what's new. If only these men fell from the skies and into my arms. I know I'd treat them right. Wait a minute. There is a way. I can have a handsome man by my side and secure my power. I'll make my very own jewelry box. Okay. Beautiful jewels. Just for me. Okay. Objectify those men. What the hell? But babes, what does that mean? Is this a political strategy or this is a gacha fucking game? What are we doing? I mean, surely these men will be very useful, very otome dating sim type men, you know. They'll be very handsome, but they'll also be very smart, very powerful. I believe they will have what it takes to help her destabilize the succession line. But the brother has some words, because that shit was unfair. Don't get so full of yourself just because you're father's favorite. Of course not. Father values modesty above all. How could I ever forget it? Ha! I know what you're up to. You want to become the heir to the throne. What's a rude thing to say? Father is still alive and well. Oh my, and you think you have what it takes to be the next emperor. I know for a fact that you're lagging not in just your swordsmanship, but also in your imperial studies. Okay, the brother seems to be a little bit incompetent, but that is no reason for the father to not love him as his son. Let's not get twisted here. Worry about yourself, Ariana. You'll never be empress. You should come to terms with that for your own good. He is, in fact, upholding the patriarchy here. That I cannot defend. If you really believe that, there will be no need for you to threaten me like this. Unless you're afraid of me, is that it, dear brother? What is this little incest thing here? Unless you're afraid of me, dear brother, and then we have him blushing, which initially I thought, he's blushing out of embarrassment. But there's a little heart, there's hearts around, and then he says, no point in talking to deaf ears, I'm going to bed, using her looks to her advantage. Let's go past that, I need to get to work and collect my jewels quickly. My first jewel, it's him. That guy all the fucking looks maxers talk about. Now there seems to be a little bit of a gathering. The father is having a little bit of a speech. There seems to have been a little bit of a battle, a little bit of a war, which Arbezella won, and now he's keeping a little bit of a speech to tell everybody, hey guys, we won. How great of me, innit? Yay, imperialism, we annexed a little country next to us. Yay! Ariana comes after this speech to greet him, and she wants to ask him a little favor. There is a hero who led them to victory, and she wants to present him with the badge of honor. To which the brother objects, because it is the emperor's right. But the father is like, haha, you stupid bitch. I prefer her over you. So this is Ariana going after her first jewel. His name is Nel Phantom. He's tall, dark, and handsome, the serious type. His design is unfortunately pretty ass. His face looks like if an Asian guy drank the melanin potion and his skin became black. It does not look like a black guy, which I'm assuming he is supposed to be. My instincts were right. He's tall, muscular, and handsome. And he oozes sex appeal. He's perfect as my very first jewel. And then we have the little ceremony where she is supposed to give him the badge of honor for his deeds in the war. It is supposed to be a very grand, serious ceremony to commemorate him risking his life honorably for the sake of the empire. She does this shit. I want to make you mine. I have a proposal for you. Come to my palace tonight when the moon shines upon the waters. And she gives him a little kiss on the cheek. The father cannot believe. He's mad at the guy for some reason. The guy was supposed to have a beautiful special moment for himself because he's been killing people in your name and shit, you know? She started gooning to him. And with this, I've secured the first jewel. Apparently he did not mind and I appreciate it and he didn't think of any of that. So he goes through with her proposal. I came to hear the details of your earlier proposal. Duke Phantom, I'm glad you came. And so, Duke Phantom, I'm hoping that you'll be mine. That princess means everything she says. It's not a bad proposal, right? It's like those cliché fairy tales where the hero gets the princess. In order to save the Phantom family for the debts accumulated through failed business deals, as the sole family to her, you took the risk and made a vow to the Emperor, and threw yourself into the battle as a lone wolf. Everyone in the Empire knows of the heroic anti-hero fairy tale, but no matter what people say, no one can deny that you're the hero who won the war. Of course, those silly court officials will still consider you a threat, but have no fear, I won't let that happen, because to me, you're my precious jewel. So I'm supposed to believe that this guy, this startup guy who took the mantle to restore his family's honor and standing, in good standing in society, doesn't have any backbone and lets himself be led around so easily by a princess he knows nothing about, and he needs her protection. But I guess this is the fantasy that I gotta play into. However, what I cannot fucking play into is the stump. Why so tiny? Are we allergic to using references? So far everything feels very, very perfect. Way too good to be true. I'm not very engaged in this. Like, I can already tell she's gonna rock everybody's world. She's gonna kick ass the whole way. And don't get me wrong, I love a very strong female lead. I love when they don't take shit from anybody and when they're capable. But the plot lacks that opposing force to her. We so far just have her brother who seems to be very incapable, so we don't feel any threat to her. She could have encountered some resistance from the men that she's trying to acquire, but the first one seems to have absolutely no issue. His whole fucking honor bestowing ceremony got overtaken by her. He didn't give a shit. And talking about, you're my jewel, and he doesn't give a shit. Even though he's supposed to be this big, stoic warrior. She's literally asking him his everything. She's like, I'll give you what you need right now, which is political power and protection. In return, you must give me your all. I believe there's no reason for you to hesitate, is there? Fucking steps on him, innit? It's like, nah, there isn't. I guess he's just into that, innit? My every breath, every move, every fiber of my being, I offer to you, Princess Ariana de Scrames. From now on, when you're not busy, please wait for me in the palace. Just like that, there's no opposition yet. Everybody feels very flat, like they don't have any motivations, they don't have any feelings, any thoughts beside Ariana is beautiful. Ariana is great. Ariana the princess. Ariana herself doesn't seem to have any flaws so far to make her more interesting. She's just great and everything is going great for her. She has a plan and the plan is great and it's going great. She gives him a choker. You can do that right now, since you're now my beautiful jewel and loyal companion. I instinctively knew I could not deny her. On the contrary, I was infatuated by her desire. And I wanted to claim her, just like those cliché fairy tales. My guy, she just claimed you. Chapter 3 comes and we learn that Ariana, on top of all of that we've seen, is also a very accomplished swordswoman. Guys, she's not like other princesses. Other princesses, they out there embroidering or some shit. Ariana can do everything. Ariana has a sword and probably a fucking six-pack hidden underneath all those ruffles. I truly love it when women can fight. It's actually so much aura. Insurmountable amounts of aura. However, Ariana truly just reads like a child explaining her OC. She's beautiful and she's smart and she's powerful and she's good at sword fighting, and all the hot men want her and all the bad people envy her because they're jealous of her, and she smells like roses and she invented feminism and okay. It's still fun though. Nothing that's truly annoying has happened yet. The sword master is like, oh my god, I cannot teach you anymore. You're just too good. We have a new little character, Marina. She has a message for Ariana. I'm here to give you this message. Your Highness, Duke Phantom is waiting for you at the rendezvous point. Go run me a bath. Nell doesn't like strong smells, so add some peach scented water. How the fuck do you know? Nell, you're here. Your Highness. Head of the House Phantom, the Princess's Hound, Nell Phantom. That's a nice choker you've got there. It looks better every time I see you wearing it. Please don't tease me too much. Haha, my apologies, but it really does look great on you. You've seen me wear this for the last 6 months. Aren't you sick of it yet? So we have a little bit of a time skip. So about that thing I requested. Yes, everything is on schedule. I believe the second prince of... My Romanian brain cannot comprehend this. Sec? I will say sec. They're looking for another jewel. Enel has found another prince in the east, but Ariana's like, shit, like my brother. It's gonna be unattractive. Efrit Karsia, the second prince of... is a magnificent warrior. He's called the phoenix of the sun god that appears in mythology. He's also the #1 hunter of monsters, as well as the military commander. So although he's the second in line, military power is actually in his hands. But that's not all. He's top secret, and he has never revealed himself in public. About 2 weeks ago, he led army in clearing up the remaining Orient Island forces, and there was an accident where his face was revealed for a moment, causing a huge commotion. And rumors about his appearance spread like wildfire. This is a sketch I've made based on the information we gathered. Oh, now that's more like it. This is the first moment where they kind of seem like people. I like this moment. It's good. You must be tired after such a long trip, Princess Ariana. Thank you for the warm welcome, Venerable King Carlos of and the renowned First Prince Aquelade. First Prince is immediately smitten with her. He's blushing and stuff. Princess Ariana, we hope you'll enjoy the banquet we've prepared tonight. Thank you, Prince Aquelade. Then we are finally introduced to this prince, to the second prince. He's out there training the elite squad of Aquelada, and he hears by some passing ladies that Princess Ariana has come, who say, I've seen her up close, her beauty is unparalleled, even as a woman I was captivated by her beauty. She probably arrived at the banquet by now, right? Yes, if only I could wait on her while she's there. I was just captivated by Ariana, of course. Hopefully, with this one, we will have a little bit of a cost to him entering the jewelry box. Because otherwise, what the fuck are we even doing here? Ariana's out there on her objectifying trip, as always. I wish I could meet the fiery jewel I came to see. The second prince, they said, why isn't he showing up to the banquet? And then he shows up. And he's immediately smitten with her. My goddess. Sorry, my goodness. Who is this woman? Hair like molten platinum and eyes the color of dewy amethyst. It is as if the founding god created her in the image of his beloved. This must be the famous Princess Ariana. But she cannot take this. She must establish her control. Who are you to be dropping in without even using the door properly? My apologies if I scared you, Your Highness, but you also surprised me with your beauty, so why don't we consider it even? Insolence! Try to talk your way out of this situation. Very rude indeed. My apologies. And she goes away. Oh my, she's coy and confident, like a beautiful and aloof prickly rose. Wow, have I ever felt this way about anyone before? Guys. Her only issue in this comic is these supposed shadowy nobles who are against her. We have not seen them yet, and her brother, who just wants his father to notice him a little bit, unbeknownst to her, who's just chilling at the little feast that's happening. The guy comes and he's like, Princess Ariana, I Efrit have fallen in love with you at first sight. I offer my heart to you. She didn't even have to go up to him and be like, hey, come here. Be my little boy toy, please. You very accomplished man with a career in front of you. Be my boy toy and that's it. And then he will accept. But he wants to. He just offers it himself. Princess Ariana, please allow me to be at your side and love you. He's like, wait, it was the man I met earlier. Efrit Karsia, the second prince of... That's a very interesting haircut. I wonder how he does it. Basically a molded. It's basically a molded. He's immediately gooning. Nell's buff too, but he's got nothing on Efrit. My god. Actually, there's something I've been collecting lately. And what's that? Living jewels. Strong, beautiful man blessed with God-given talents to help me achieve my goals. Well, if that's the case, it's only fitting that I become part of your collection. I, Efrit Karsia, have the power to destroy any enemies that stand in your way, so that you may get everything you want. Guys, this is such a fucking funny premise, and they're not utilizing it at all. Just play on the absurdity of the situation. Be camp with it, and it's gonna be fun. But no, they don't do that. Look at that energy. It's not something you can accumulate in just a day or two. Yes, I was actually eyeing you to be part of my collection. Would you like to come into my jewelry box? Efrit, swear that I will be your most prized jewel, regardless of how many you decide to collect in the future. You've already decided on a potential candidate for your next jewel. Yes, I originally planned on visiting Galdeon first, but I heard the other ladies talking about him during tea time. And who could this be? It's Han Beck, from the western country of Darhan. You're referring to the commander of the Darhan King's security detail. Yes, since he's a commoner, you don't really see him out in public, so he has an air of mystery. People in Darhan call him the Fairy of the Moon, since he's said to be skilled in song and dance too. Interesting, right? But he's the trusted general to the King of Darhan. It won't be easy adding him to your collection. Speaking of which, I have something up my sleeve. If these men want her, why are they so chill with being in a harem? Usually, I hate harems, guys. I personally would never watch anything like that. I personally would not enjoy watching a story that has harem of any kind in it. But I think people that like it for the jealousy and the messiness that happens within the harem. These guys are just chill with being a group of husbands to this lady. Even my father won't believe how far I'm willing to go to get what I want. Whoa. Whoa. I get it. Landscapes are difficult. At least her little handbook is not off the shoulders. She goes to the east to collect her third jewel, which definitely she will encounter some problems with. Definitely. What's that melody? Could it be Han Beck playing music? Your Majesty, the Princess of Arbezella has arrived. You may let her in. Whoa, he's more beautiful and mysterious than I expected. He certainly lives up to his reputation. I can see why the king favors him. Greetings to the king and queen of Darhan. Welcome, Princess Ariana. We were worried when you did not arrive as scheduled. Did you run into some trouble along the way? Not at all. Darhan was so beautiful that I had no choice but to stop and admire the scenery. The landscape and culture were so ethereal and lovely. On my way to the palace, I couldn't help but stop and purchase some traditional clothes of Darhan to wear for this occasion. I apologize if I worried you. Haha, that's alright. We're happy you appreciate the culture of our country. And the clothes suit you well. We'll prepare a few more outfits as gifts for you to take back home. Thank you for your kindness. Your Majesty, wouldn't we have been so happy to have had a daughter as beautiful as Princess Ariana? I'm sorry, my love, that we were only able to have sons. As it's getting late, why don't we talk about the diplomatic details tomorrow? I've prepared rooms for you in the secondary palace. We'll have someone to show you the way. In that case, would you allow me to choose the guide? It's gonna be the guy, of course. Of course, you've made the queen and I very happy tonight. By what? Just coming through and being civil? Of course. Feel free to choose from anyone in this chamber. In that case, I'd like the person playing the lovely music to guide me to my quarters. The princess has good taste. Yes, that can be arranged. Han, please take the princess to the secondary palace. Your wish is my command. And they go and skedaddle away. May I ask you something, Your Highness? What is it? Why did you send away the maids and guards you brought with you? Because... What am I looking at, fam? She's taking there's some sort of magic, I think. Taking the little sword out of her thigh. And she's attacking him? Surely she means to see if he's worthy of her. He didn't draw his sword, that means... You seem to have a way with the sword, Your Highness. You too. Not many can block me in such close proximity. I know he's trying to play things down for his master. I'm honored, Your Highness. Now, will you tell me why? Han, I want to have you. So what do I need to do to make that happen? Got him. I'm sorry to let you down, but I've sold my heart and soul to the king and queen of Darhan. I know, regardless, I still want you. Because I'm Ariana. Sure, of course. You are Ariana, so how about we do it this way? If you can beat me in one move, then I will seriously consider becoming yours, Your Highness. Deal, but don't let your guard down. Contrary to what you may think, I can take on 5 to 6 soldiers in a fight. I look forward to our match, Princess Scrummies. And they have a little bit of a fight. And let's see, will she be able to acquire him by beating him in a fight in one move? Well, hold on. They clanked. He said it in one move, no? If you can beat me in one move, clang, clang, two move, clang again. Well, she didn't fucking beat him in one move, did she? This man, he's not giving it his all. How dare he look down on me with that handsome face too? After I make him mine, I'll have to return the favor, Your Highness. May I ask, why you want me so bad? Why the fuck you want me so bad? It's like you're she fat. No. She's like, if you're so curious, then surrender. I'll tell you the details when you're in my arms. According to the rumors, you've been collecting men as a means to achieve your goals. Do I fit into that category? Hahaha, how clever you are. You're not only skilled in swordsmanship, but also in reading people's minds. Now I want you even more. I don't mind your ambitions, Your Highness. Then why don't you be mine? But I've promised to devote my life to the king and queen of Darhan. And it turns out he's been saved and raised by them. That's why I can't just give up everything to join Your Highness. Well, that's a little bit better than the other two, right? They both left their lives fully and totally to be with her and help her in her ambitions. This one, he's like, no, listen, I would also do just that. But actually, I have already pledged myself to my adoptive parents, whom I love very much, and they're very chill and kind, as you saw. So I don't want to just leave them undefended. She doesn't care. Oh my god, you're loyal? Fuck, you should be loyal to me. And he's like, I guess I don't mind losing. Hon, from now on, you truly belong to me. Okay, girl, stop fucking objectifying these guys. Come on. Princess, I have a favor to ask of you. What is it? Please give me some time to properly bid farewell to my saviors, the king and queen of Darhan. Okay, there was a little bit of a conflict that resolved very quickly and very predictably, but we are improving, I guess. Surely the king and queen will be a little bit upset that their very important general who's been carrying them wants to leave to be a kept man. We don't really get to unpack that though, because Ariana is on her world tour of girl bossing around the world, filling her jewel box. So she goes to the land of wind and abundance, Galdeon, to undoubtedly acquire another man. She's supposed to arrive to this kingdom, and the king has held an emergency meeting. And the next jewel, obviously, is this blonde guy. We've seen him in the introduction, who's thinking, the princess must have a considerable fortune for our king to hold an emergency meeting like this. Our majesty is visibly fretting over her. Sparka's father comes up with the idea, how about sending my son as the princess's concubine? He's like, father, you're tripping, father. The king is like, what do you mean? We've all heard that the princess has been collecting men, who are blessed with talent and beauty. There is no more fitting for the role than my son. I see. Somehow he's now all chill. I've been curious about the infamous princess collecting men. Isn't that interesting? They're all vying to be her object. If that's the case, I'll leave matters of the princess to House Amber. It could be a nice plot point. They could have some hidden designs for her. They could want to use her as much as she's trying to use them. But surely he will meet her and he'll be like, no, I lay my life down for you. I do everything for you. Fuck my best friend, the king, and fuck my country. I do it for you. And she arrives, and of course, they both swoon. They're both in love with her. If she wanted them both, she could fucking get the king of this country. She gets to do anything. I like the big Michelin looking thing. Welcome, Your Highness. I've been waiting for you. Thank you for the warm welcome, King Gold Black Rose. Gold Black Rose? The names, my god. I really wonder how old the author of this is. Let's see. Who the fuck is the author? Apparently guys, the artist, not the author of the story, but the artist of of this comic is very problematic, like posting not safe for work art in a Discord full of children problematic. Sexually harassed a person by making an OC based on them and had cyber intercourse with other OCs. Right. Because we will look at the art in a bit of a different light now. This is dangerous. I thought she'd be an easy target like the other fancy Galleon women. But with her, I can't help but want to fall to the floor and kiss her feet. Of course. You know, it would be fun if she actually failed once in a while to gather a man, to add a man to her collection. Maybe they have some circumstances that she is not willing to cross. Since we're supposed to root for her, it would be nice if the comic tried showing us that she sees them as people and not just toys. Would be nice, but I guess I'm asking for too much. No one told me how fatal her beauty was. You're as beautiful as people say, Your Highness. No need to put me on a pedestal, Sir Amber. There's no woman who doesn't like to hear the praises about her beauty. Well, that's true, but I know I'm beautiful, so praises mean nothing to me. Type C. At that moment, he knows she's the one who will knock me to my knees. That's crazy. But he puts a spell on Marina. He has some hidden designs. She falls to the ground. He's trying to come on to her and she doesn't like it. Obviously, she's the dom in this relationship. How rude. What are you trying to do, Sir Raymond? Putting my lady in waiting to sleep. I know you're not shocked at all. If I shout, you'll be executed. Yes, so are you going to cause a scene? Why don't you and I have some fun together, Your Highness? What do you mean have some fun? Banquets are so predictable and boring. I think I can show you a much better time, Your Highness. No matter how boring a banquet may be, it's something I cannot miss. You'd rather suffer through boredom than have a good time with me. You seem to think that I'm like all the other Galdeon ladies. She slaps you. I'm the Princess of Arbizella. Predictable banquet, boredom. I know the weight of the crown I wear and the responsibility that comes with it. She's out here trying to collect him. The princess definitely sees right through me. Now then, won't you please pick up my lady in waiting and take us to the palace? We don't have much time before the banquet begins. Yes, Your Highness. She's having a little bit of a hard to get moment right now. So of course that's all he needs. He was already smitten with her, but now he's completely madly at her feet. I can't wait to have some fun with this woman. I'll be waiting outside your door while we change, Your Highness. Please take your time. Once he is gone, she cannot keep her heart to get facade any longer. But in the world, he's so provocative and attractive. I want him, but I can't show it. He's the type who loves the chase. Sexy and handsome men are the best. I'm so jealous that you got to be in his arms. She changes and appears in this very fluffy thing. You may escort me to the banquet. Yes, Your Highness. This guy, I find him kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. Apparently, all of the ladies want him just as bad as all the men want Ariana. He's like, I like to propose a little game to all the ladies in attendance tonight. I've hidden an item inside the banquet hall. It's small in size and red in color and makes an interesting sound when you roll it. I promise a kiss to the first lady who finds it. Now, would you like to participate too, Your Highness? She's like, man, fuck your game. Grabs his face, he gets all red. She's like, I found it. The answer is your tongue, isn't it? Tongues are kinda pink, I would say. But whatever. You are correct, Your Highness. He leaves it to kiss her, but she's like, fuck off. Sir Raymond, you may kiss my feet. You know the meaning behind that, do you not? Everybody hears that shit. You want me to kiss your feet in front of everyone here? You're joking, right? Finally, there's someone who has a little bit of a modicum of what the fuck are you saying to me right now? I feel like if it was any of the other men, they'd be like, yes, my queen, I will do it. I will do it right now. She's like, I mean everywhere I say. I know the depth of your desires, and to be honest with you, I appreciate such honest desire. Shine bright in my jewelry box, Raymond. Oh, this is it. The only woman who can tap into my deepest desires is this princess. And every woman is not appalled by this thing. If I saw this, I was like, what the fuck did I just see? Go enact your feet fetishes in your own free time. I wanted to see that. But every woman really appreciates this. Except for the king, who I guess is a little jealous of him. Yes, he's jealous. I thought, maybe he feels bad for his friend. But no, I'm so envious of Ray. I'd do it too if I weren't the king of Galden. But I'm a king, I need to stand proud. He would do it. I pledge to stay by your side, shining brightly like a jewel. I'm happy to hear that, Sir Raymond, or shall I say, My lovely lemon. I see a lemon. He's delighted to be called a lemon, I guess. Finally, we're back in Arbezella. What the fuck is this? This looks so ass. My god, it's not enough that we objectify them, now we're making them into animals and fruits. Guys, I feel like with my audience, I really don't need to say this, but feminism doesn't mean putting down men. It's about equality. It doesn't mean objectifying them back. Women need to be better than sexist men. We all know that, I'm sure. But I feel like it needs to be said. Just because she's a woman doesn't mean that all of a sudden she should go out there objectifying men and treating them like objects that solely live for her uses and purposes. There is a lovely reunion with her first half of the harem. They all meet and stuff. It's like, why don't you all guys say hello? This is my fourth jewel, Lemon. That's a fucking shit name. Raymond Amber at your service. And even though they were very, very glad to help her acquire him and the other guy, they seem to display some jealousy now. Their inner demons are coming out. Their spirit animals. Goddamn, the fucking 3D shit. Straight from the Clip Studio asset store. Are you kidding? And they discuss that Hornbeck of Darhan will be joining them later. And Effet is sulking about it because the princess chose him, but he dared to ask for more time. He seems rude. I don't like him. How could he? How could he not wish to leave his whole life behind? How could he not need some time to relinquish his loyalty to his adoptive parents who saved him and shit? How could he? And apparently she's only needing one more. He's in the southern kingdom of Marlowe. And the southern kingdom is the Wata kingdom. Jade Meldea, as the youngest son of House Meldea, is a member of one of the 5 houses blessed by Mistral, the god of water. Jade was gifted with the strongest ability in being able to read the flow of water and decipher the circulation of the world. The circulation of the world. He's a quick thinker and skilled in numbers, so he'll definitely be an asset to your highness. When you become empress, it makes the perfect finance minister. So the flow of water means the fucking flow of money. I thought this guy would be the money guy. I guess not. That makes no sense. The literal thing that gives life to this planet is akin to money, which is killing this planet. Let's have a think. Let's have a think and realize that is stupid. So I'm thinking of leaving as soon as tomorrow. Would you all like to accompany me? And Prince Efrit is like, shit. I would love nothing more than to join you, but the number of monsters has increased and I have no choice but to lead the army to wipe them out. My apologies. But you'd better make it up to me when I come back. I Efrit promised to spend all night making it up to you, princess. So they're now getting down to business to get the final jewel. Clothing has been kind of cute throughout the comic. This one is so ugly. What is assaulting my eyes right now? She has to go disguised as the commoner. Sir Meldea knows the worth of his son's power and brain and won't give his son up to Ari without a fight. She's gonna be posing as a dancer on the streets. I guess this is supposed to be a kingdom inspired by the Iberian Peninsula, but what's this fucking Bavarian shit on the buildings? I am curious how her dancing in the streets will lend itself to the plan to acquire the last jewel guy. Here he is. He seems like a no-nonsense bookworm type of guy. He's like, the streets are especially noisy. Is it already the day of the diplomatic visit? Flicks away a little confetti thing to show us that he is very concerned with his bureaucratic shit. Well, it has nothing to do with me. My god, that mouth is defying any anatomical knowledge. But whatever, I didn't expect lust and disgustingness in this comic. I thought it was kind of bad. I look forward to breaking you in. Such insolence, taking advantage of your house and rank to treat women like sex toys, is vulgar and revolting. But brat, you must be out of your mind. How dare you raise your hand against royalty? I guess you don't want to keep your head on your shoulders. They're all farming over here for thwarting the plans of a very sexist, objectifying man. But jeez. Okay, objectifying man. Okay, high-key objectifying man. Now they're at the banquet thing, and since when the fuck was this guy an actual wolf? I thought it was like a figure of speech. Like, he's like a wolf on the battlefield. He's is feral or whatever. Why is he an actual wolf? She's about to admonish this guy. And all of a sudden she's got a wound on her face. Everybody's shocked. She's like, you may believe that my anger stems from my physical wounds, but I'm the only legitimate heir to the emperor and his queen, and I'm expressing my rage at Meldea for trying to force himself on royalty. What do you mean you're the only legitimate heir? Are the other guys made with concubines or something? What about her brothers? In return, I request you strip Lord Meldea of his titles and powers. Appoint Ravis Meldea, the firstborn daughter, as the new head of the house Meldea, and send his second son, Jade Meldea, to the empire of Arbezella. He's not only handsome, but has the unique physical characteristics of the descendants of Saint Meldea, a conservative, stubborn nationalist who only works for the profit for his country. No wonder he's so upset, but he's still handsome regardless. I came up with this idea to try to reduce friction between our two countries. Is it not to your liking? And this time, this guy is not immediately infatuated with her, it seems, and he actually has something to say about him being made a fucking concubine. He's like, and that idea is to keep me as your concubine, with no concern to my pride or opinion whatsoever. Hell yeah! Honorable Princess Scramis, would you permit me to say a few words? Yes, please, go ahead. Male concubine my ass! You probably know that there are rumors of you going around scouting men. I won't deny it. It's true. Are you trying to add me to your collection? And what if my answer is yes? I refuse. Surely she will let him be, because he said no. And when someone says no, you just say, understandable, have a nice day, and go about your day. Surely that's what's gonna happen. Surely. She will not get her way just because she's fucking Ariana de Scramis. She's like, what a pity. Well, in that case, I guess you won't mind if your father's vulgar actions cause a serious diplomatic issue between our two countries. So she's fucking blackmailing him. She knows that he likes his country a lot. So she's like, hey, our two countries, they're gonna have their diplomatic relations broken if you do not come. Come lay with me now. How is she better than the guy? How is she better than the fat guy? So he fucking complies. Well, if this is something our god Mistral expects of me, I'll comply. It's like, good thinking. Come to think of it, I know Lord Meldea already has enough children in his family. For daring to put his hands on me, I request that he be castrated. I've already called in some surgeons. That one, okay. She is still very much coercing him. These are my conditions. Keep in mind that if you don't keep your end of the deal, there will definitely be diplomatic repercussions. So you're not really giving him much of a choice, right? That was not very nice. That was not very nice of a read, was that? I made sure to spread exaggerated rumors among Gallian society, but pretending to be injured is harder than I thought. However, Jade's reactions was very interesting. I didn't think he'd hate it so much. Because why? It's going to be fun to touch up the blue gemstone as I see fit. So let me fucking get this right. So she hates being treated as a political object because she's a woman. She wants to be more than that. She wants to be the one who shapes politics. But she can treat men as her little gemstones that she fucking objectifies and wishes to change and bend to her will. The moment you find some people you can exercise your power on, you treat them as beautiful objects because you can. It would have been kind of fun if she lost her shit a little bit at him refusing her, since everybody's been fucking at her feet the whole comic. The moment someone does not fall in love with her instantly and puts up a little bit of a resistance against her, refuses outright, it would have been fun to see her lose her shit at it. But no, she takes it in stride. I did not expect it. It will be fun to break him. Or it would have been fun to see her treat this as a wake-up call a little bit. The comic could have explored that she was raised with so much fucking privilege that she simply does not recognize when she's doing harm, and she believes that the whole world should lay bare at her feet. She wants to break up the rules of the society, but only the rules that limit her. She does not want to break the whole society. She enjoys very much being a princess that is adored by everybody and has so much power and privilege wherever she goes. And that's very fucking hypocritical. If the comic ever acknowledged that, that would be some real fun conflict. But instead, the comic just sees his refusal as some fucking entertaining dynamic, where his refusal is exciting because he will eventually still be caving to the princess's aura and he will be added to the jewelry box like everybody else. And again, this type of princess on a power trip fantasy is fun once in a while, as long as it's not all we have. This is all we have. Like I said at the beginning of this comic, we get to see a little bit of a window in the future of Ariana, where she's got all of the jewels and she's very powerful and everybody's having her. But what is the point of that when there is no contrast with the current time? Like, we got to see the fact that she's gonna end up well. What you expect from that is that in the present she's not doing so well. So when you remember that she will be doing very, very well in the future, it's like, I wonder how she's gonna get out of the pickle and the circumstances that she is in right now. But no, it's all easy money for her. It's not fun for me to watch. It's not fun for you to watch. It seems, however, that Nell is kind of waking up. It's like, did you really have to go that far? She's very taken aback by that one. She's like, what? I know you wanted him badly, but was he worth using yourself as bait? I thought he would have a little bit of empathy for the guy who doesn't want to be made into a fucking male concubine. She's merely concerned for her safety because she used herself as bait. My god, you're older. She wanted to do it. It was her plan. It's fine. Use all the cards in your hand to get what you want. That's how it's done, no? Guys, truly, if he challenged her, this could have been a good moment. Listen, the more chapters I read, the more I feel like there's a better version of this story. Just step in behind the glass. They could all be opposing her for different reasons, and by slowly winning them over and listening to them, she could be bettering herself little by little. And by the time she gets to this one who doesn't want to join her, she could be like, understandable, have a good day. But no, she is fucking suffering from success. There is nothing I hate more than a fucking dishonest comic. A story cannot fucking look me in the eye and tell me, this is a woman with power. This is what women should strive to be. Manel, you're my jewel and trustworthy hand. All you need to do is bring me what I asked for. She's a fucking dictator, goddamn! Whatever you do as you wish, your highness. But I hope you'll always put your safety first. I can't bear to see you in danger. Nell, I'm sorry for making you worry. I'm glad you understand. Boring! It looks like she swept him off his feet. The comic is about to laugh at this guy for not wanting to commit himself to a life of servitude to some woman in another neighboring country. His sister is like, that brat. How dare he be upset that his whole life is about to be thrown in the gunoi for some fucking gooner princess. Welcome, Jade Meldea. Hi. The fact that you're here must mean that the negotiations were successful. What negotiation? It was a threat. Indeed. In that case, you're my jewel and you belong to me now. Do you understand, Jade? He's faltering. He's fucking faltering immediately. No, get yourself together, Jade. Don't be fooled by that winsome smile. Listen, by this point of reading this, I know that Jade is gonna just fall for her just like the other ones, even though he's now putting up a bit of a resistance. But my god, I wish he didn't. Because look, I've been waiting for this the whole comic. He even makes a vow. Ariana Descramis, I'll never become what you want me to be. I swear, I'll change the path that fate has set for me and escape from the jewelry box. Hell yeah. The guy got castrated. Maybe the most feminist thing I've seen this whole fucking thing is castrate all the rapists.